Hey everyone.
Hey everyone.
So, just wanted to know, is anyone there from Nigeria for the people for whom we are doing this? And can we send the link to them? Okay, let's begin our today's session. So, if I go to the working folder where I was working in yesterday, I will see that we made a hello world file. So let me open the command line from my working folder. Let me open the zoom as well so that I can zoom it for you guys. Hello Henry. Okay, so we saw that if I want to open any folder from my command prompt, like I want to open the Visual Studio from the command prompt, then I just have to write code space dot, and we would be in our folder. So as we discussed yesterday about what are objects and how we can check the data type of any variable, how to declare variable, how to use those variables, and how to take input from the user. Okay, we also saw that the input which we take from the user, even if the user inputs in the form of number, it is a string which we receive. So to compare it with any number, what we have to do is we have to typecast that string into integer. In this way, integer parenthesis, and inside that parenthesis I have to pass this age. Okay, so we saw if else if ladder as well, and the indentation. So you can see that this is the if condition which I have kept over here, and for this if I have given one tab space, and for this if, the else condition related to this if, for this else also I have given one tab space. Okay, so this was the indentation which we saw, and inside the nested if condition we gave two tab spaces for this, and here we for this respective else if, for this if, we have given two tab spaces as well. So this was the indentation. It is used for creating scopes like block scopes, and this is the way how we generally define the area, the region of that particular condition or function in the future, and stuff like that. So we decided that today we will see about collections and different type of data structures which are present. So yes, let's see and create over here a different file. Collections would be okay. My collections. Now there are different type of collections in provided to you in Python. We will discuss some of them, and I will explain you why these collections are used. Okay. So let me go to my browser and open the whiteboard for you. Okay. So we have seen that everything in Python is an object. Okay. So let's say I want to create a list of planets. Let's say. So we have like what all planets we have. We have Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and so on. Okay. So what we have is here, if you see that this particular thing is one string, this particular thing is one string, this particular thing in one is one string, right? And we saw that everything is an object in the Python. Okay. So let's say I want to create a list. I want to create a list called planets. Okay. And so what is the syntax for creating this list is I just have to enclose the whole set of objects inside a square bracket. Okay. So this is a list in Python. Now this list is something you have to imagine. When you will imagine this list in the RAM, what you have to do is, and here you have objects, comma, third object. So this is Mars, this is Earth, and this is Jupiter. Okay. So here it is zeroth object. This is first. This is second. So we the Python arrays. You can say this is an array. Okay. You may have seen arrays in JavaScript, arrays in Java, and any other technology. What is an array? Array is nothing but a collection of objects arranged in a particular indexed fashion. Okay. So indexed means we have given indexes to each object. That okay, this is my zeroth index, this is my first index, and this is my second index. Okay. And each of these in our example is of string class. Okay. Each of these objects are of string class. If you see precisely, then they are of string class, right? So now let's see in our code what happens. Planets. So I have created this list, and now what I will do is I will just say print planets. Also, one thing what I want to see is print type of planets. I want to see what this particular type is called in Python. Okay, so let's check out over here. I will write Python my collections. Now you will see that okay, when I wrote print planets, then these planets have been printed. But if you see, then this particular thing, planets, the variable, the data type of this variable is list. Okay, the class of this variable is list. Okay, so you don't have to cram everything or learn everything. What you have to do is you just have to see that you created a list over here through planets equals to square brackets open, and inside this square brackets you have created different objects. So speak very clearly that these are not, you won't say them that okay, this is a string. Don't say like this. You say that each thing is an object. Okay, this is the zeroth object, this is the first object, and this is the second object. Okay, so why I'm asking you to say this as an object is I will tell you now. What happens is there may be a possibility that you see something like you see something like okay, you see something like planets equals to Earth, Mars, and let's say there is one more list, X, Y, Z. So why I'm asking you to call this as an object? Each individual item in the list is an object, guys. Please don't call them string or anything. Just call them objects. Objects of type string. You can say this. Objects of type string. Okay, of class string. Now, how this approach will be making your life easier is now what you will see here. You will see that now something like this is written list Mars, and here the third object which is the in the list, the third object is in itself is a list object. You see X, right? Now what, how you have to imagine it as this is one object inside your, this is second object, and the indexing is done in this way: 0, 1 and 2. So when you fetch this particular object, let's say now we will try to print individual objects. So when I want to fetch the individual objects, what I have to do is when I have to fetch the zeroth object, I will just write planets print planets of 0. So what you will get is this particular object. This particular object you will get. And what is the type of this object? The type of this object is string class. Okay. So in this way, you have to keep things very, very clear. So here you can write type of planets 0, right? Now you have to check this particular object, right? This. So what is the index of this? The index of this object is 2, right? So what I will write is print, I'm sorry, print planets 2, print type 2, right? So this is the way in which you have to see the collections, regardless of whichever type you think they are. Like this is a list in Python. So I'm telling you about a list. Okay. This particular thing is a list, but in future you will see tuples, dictionaries, etc. So there may be multiple types of collections, but you have to keep your perspective like this in everything. In everything you do with the object oriented programming in Python. Okay, you have to keep your perspective like this. Now when I write this thing over line on the line 10, okay, print type planets 2, index 2, what I get is this particular list, right? This particular object which is of class list. Let's see what happens when we run the program. See, so you see that, okay, the zeroth element was of class string, but the second element was of class list, right? And now as we have the individual objects in our hand, now we can apply any methods of that particular object or of that particular class. Now what you have to do is, when you want to apply any methods, any functions, what you have to search is here, methods of class string in Python. You will find what are the methods which are available. Center, case fold, count, ends with, encode, find. There are n number of methods. Similarly, when you know that you have a list class object with you, then what you can do is methods of class list in Python, right? So you will find all the list over here, right? So you will see that there are some methods which are available with the list class. Okay, and now you can use any of these methods. These methods have their own usages. Like you see that Python append, list append, right? So append, what does append mean? Append mean to add something onto your list. Guys, I need a water break for 5 minutes. I have someone on the door, so I hope you guys don't mind. Please forgive me for this. I just need 5 minutes of break. Okay, I will be right back. I'm sorry for this. Hey guys, I'm really very sorry for this. I'm really very sorry. Uh, let's start. So, um, yeah. So we saw that these are objects and how we have to perceive these objects, right? So here is the thing. Now, when I refer this particular object by writing planet planet of 2. Okay, so this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2, right? So when I refer planets of 2, then what I get is I get a list, right? I get a list, and on that particular list, my list, I can say my list, and on that particular list I can perform any operation of that list. So you see, here is the list of the methods which are present in the list, right? So first of all, let's see a method called append, right? And this particular thing is also a list, right? Planets. So first let's try to append something in planets dot append. Whatever you want to append, you can append over here. Let's say I add Saturn. Again, I add planets dot append Mercury, right? So what it will happen is, let's see, let's print planets. Let's comment out all those lines and let's see how our lists look like right now. So you see that how append is working, right? It is adding your new object in the last, right? Saturn is added on the index 0, 1, 2, 3. So on the third index, Saturn is added. On the fourth index, Mercury is added, right? So this is the way how list works. Okay, and there can be any number of methods of every class. Okay, like we saw that list have these methods. Okay, append, insert, and remove. Okay, so let's see how remove works. When I click on this, I can easily see how remove works. So you just have to call remove and the element. Okay, so let's say I want to remove Mercury. Planets dot remove Mars. Let's remove Mars and again print planets. So you see what will happen. You see that Mars has been removed from our new list, right? Mars has been removed from our new list. So this is how the remove method works. Now there may be hundreds of methods in a single class, in a single data type. Okay, so you don't have to learn those methods at all. Okay, let's say there is a pop method. Okay, you just have to click it. You have to open the implementation of this method. Okay, you have to tell what element you want to pop. Okay, and this is the way. So it is very easy to study the documentation whenever you have the proper understanding of object oriented programming. Okay, so now what we will discuss is the next data structure. We have discussed the list data structure, right? We can have method pop also. So pop, let's see one more method. Okay, uh, print planets dot pop. Let's see if it works in this way or not. So you see, the pop method works in such a way that the last index, if we do not pass the index of which element is to be removed, the last index is removed by itself. Okay. So this is the working of different methods of every class. Okay. And now let's see some other data structures as well. Now, I want to have a list of, I will comment this out. I want to have a list of weekdays. Let's say no, I want to have a list of gender. Okay. So it will have only three: male, female, other. Okay. Now, what is the ideology here is that I should not be able to write something like gender dot append Mercedes. Okay, gender dot append Mercedes. You all know that Mercedes is a name of class. Okay, sorry, cars. Okay, and it is not sane, it is not right to have Mercedes in the gender list, right? So that's why what Python, the developers of language Python, what they decided was, okay, let's have a data structure called tuple, where people, the developer is not able to change any item or add any item once they have added, they have declared it. Okay, so this is the usage of tuple. Once I have declared a tuple, let's say gender, let's say gender equals to, and in this way I declare a tuple, like in the current parenthesis. Okay, gender equals to parenthesis male, female, and other. Now if I want to change anything in the tuple, then what I would possibly do is, let's say on the element 2 I want to change it to Mercedes. Okay, I want to change it, let's say. So currently the element 2 is other, right? And I want to change this element to Mercedes, right? Now let's see what happens. Okay, Python collection. You see that it shows an error. What is that error? Type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Just carefully understand that the sole difference, the only difference between a tuple and a list is that it does not support, that tuple does not support any change in the items once it has been declared. Okay, so see, or else if I try to append, let's try to append something over here, gender dot append. You cannot change anything, right? You cannot change any particular element. Like here I did and it didn't work, so let me comment it. Now let's try the append method which we used in the list. So I do gender dot append Let's see what happens. Okay, so you will see that the tuple class does not have any method called append inside it, because it does not support appending any object, any new object. Okay, so this was the point of view that gender, let's say there are some things in the world, like let's say weekdays. So weekdays are 7, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? You cannot add any another weekday by your own. So things like these, which are already declared, which are already fixed, must be declared in a tuple. So this is the sole difference between a tuple and a list, that list can be altered, and anything can be appended to the list. On the other hand, in the tuple, things cannot be, like objects cannot be appended or added once it has been declared. So this is the thing, this is the concept of tuple. Again, what you can do is you can go and see that okay, the append method is not present in tuple, but what all are the methods which are present? So you just have to do methods of class tuple in Python. You will find there are some methods available for you. Count and index. Okay, so if you want to check out how this works, right? So you just have to write your gender dot count again. So this is the, like this is how easy it is. Okay, and you don't need to cram everything, you just have to understand how things are working. Okay, so this is the thing. Now there is one very important data structure for us. We have discussed list, we have discussed tuple. Now let's discuss one more very important data structure. One more very important data structure, that is dictionary. I'm sorry. Dictionary. Okay, so what dictionary is? Have you ever searched a word in Oxford Dictionary? I have searched, like when I was young. We used to use a dictionary for searching a word, right? What we used to do is, let's say I didn't knew the meaning of word um understand. Okay, so what I used to do is I used to search that word in my dictionary, in my book, and it, there when I used to find it, and in front of it I used to see what exactly it means. So it was like word, and in front of it its meaning, right? This used to be a dictionary, right? Every one of us has seen or searched any word in a dictionary, right? So in the same way, Python has a dictionary data structure as well, and it has a very good use case. It is a very awesome use case. Let's say I want to have a list of students, right? What I want to do is I want to create the list, and here I want to have, I want to create a dictionary student, and I'm sorry, here we'll have equals to student one. Then over here I write name is Devansh. country is India, and age is 96. Similarly, what I do, I create student 2, right? I create student 2, name Emmanuel, country Nigeria, and age 24, right? So this is a dictionary, like each individual dictionary about the student, right? So if you want to find anything about student, right, if you want to find the name of that student in the dictionary, so what you have to refer is the key of the name. If you want to find the country, okay, country of this particular student, then what you have to do is address the key or refer the key name country. Okay. Similarly, if you want to address the age, you have to find the key which has the name age. So this, if you check print type student 1, okay, let's see what is the type of this. If I run this, you will see that the class of this particular data structure is dict, D-I-C-T. Okay, dict stands for dictionary. It is very easy. It is a data structure in which the data is arranged in the key and value pair. Okay, this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, that is the value. Similarly, in this is the key and this is the value. So dictionary is a data structure in which the data is arranged in the form of keys and values. Okay, I hope it is very clear and it is very easy also. You don't have to like very much cram everything and all. What you have to do is you just have to again search over here. I'm making you how to learn things. Okay, I can tell you easily what are the methods. Okay, but methods of class dict in Python. So let's see what are the methods. We have these many methods: clear, copy, get. Okay, so let's open the documentation and see what are the methods available for us. Here is the clear, and the description is also written very clearly. Removes all elements from the dictionary. Okay, get returns the value for the specified key. Okay, so this is of our use. Let's see what it does, how we have to use it. We just have to pass the name of the key which we want to fetch. Okay, this is as simple as that. And let's try to fetch the key called country. Let's fetch the name first. I'm sorry, student 1 dot get and the key name. Similarly, student 1 dot get and the key name. Let's say I want to have the country, right? Now let's see how it works. Right? In the student 1, when I tried to find the name key, it gave me the value. When I passed the name key, it gave me the value of that key. Similarly, when I passed the key country, it gave me the country of that particular dictionary. Okay, so this is the usage of the dictionary. Now what I'm going to discuss now is, let's say I want to create a data of countries. Okay, country 1 equals to name USA, patients, I will say active patients. Active patients in the USA. Can anyone tell me the count? Okay. Uh, Deaths and cured. Can anyone tell me the count? Let's see the general knowledge. In the chat window, you can type. So let's say the active patients in US are 2 lakh. Okay. I've written one, okay, 200,000 active patients. Okay. The deaths are, let's say 20,000 or 15,000. Okay. And the number of cured are 50,000. Okay. So this is the country 1. Now I want country 2, India. We are creating a COVID data. Okay. So the name, I'm sorry for the disturbance at my end, but I cannot avoid it. Okay. So the name India, active patients 130,000, deaths 4,000, cured 38,000. Okay. So now I have two dictionaries, and I can access each one's data like this. Country 1 dot get name, and I will get the name of that country. Okay. But you see, this is not the right approach when it comes to the real application, because you will have 500 countries, right? And you cannot create separate variables for each country, like country 1, country 2. And then, because the reason is, when you try to access those things, those objects, you have to write each one of them. Country 1, you have to remember the name of each object, and then you have to address, you have to traverse them, and you have to find country 1 dot get name, country 1 dot get active patients, and stuff like that. So one beautiful thing that Python gives us is, as I told you here in this example, right? We discussed that there was a list of planets, and inside that list, on the index 2, you will see, you have seen that there was another list, right? Right. So similarly, you can have, what you can have is a dictionary inside a list. So we will create something like, let me clear this one. Okay, so what we will do is, we will create something like this: countries data equals to a list of dictionaries. So what will come here is this thing. Okay, this is my dictionary 1, this is my dictionary 2. Are you understanding the concept of, like, what are these dictionaries, and what are how they are working. So you see there is a list, this list, and inside this list there are two dictionaries, one and two. So if I want to get the first dictionary out of this, so this is my first object and this is my second object. This is my zeroth object and this is my first object, right? So if I want to get countries data, when I write 0, I will get this particular dictionary, and then I can apply any method of that dictionary on this get name, right? I hope you guys are getting it. I hope I'm making the point very clear, because this is a very important concept. And in every production level, I'm really sorry for the background noise, but in every production level application, you will see nested objects. Okay, objects inside object, list inside dictionaries. Okay, dictionaries inside list. Okay, so if you want to address this one, countries data of first dot get name, right? Can you give a confirmation in the chat window if you are clear or not, if you're getting it or not? So how we will create this thing is we will remove the individual variables from over here, and what I will do is I will write countries data countries data equals to dictionary 1 and dictionary 2, right? Is it clear, guys? Means the country data which we have prepared, so it is a list of dictionary objects. It is a list of dictionary object. Let's say you want to add another country, you want to add Italy. What you have to do is you have to simply create another dictionary, Italy. Active patients in Italy are 350,000. Thanks for the confirmation. Um, Active patients deaths are very high, unfortunately, 1 lakh or 100,000. Cured, let's say cured are 45,000. Okay, so this is the way in which you can write dictionaries inside your list. Okay, so I think we are good for today, and the the only concept which you need to grasp is that you guys have to create lists, sorry, dictionaries inside a list. Okay, multiple dictionaries inside a list, and what we will see is how to iterate this list. So for country in countries data, simply like this, we can get each of the objects. Okay, and herein we can print country dot get name, print country. dot get dot, right, and print. I'm sorry, I just hang up. So print, let's have a divider over here, and we are good to go. So let's see how it works. Right? You see that you have printed the data of each country, right? You have printed the data of each and every country. So this is the for loop which can be done in such a simple way. For one object in our list, the list which we saw above, this country data, right? This one particular object is a dictionary, right? Therefore, I am able to apply the method get of this object, this dictionary object, onto this particular object, right? So country dot get name and country dot get cured. We have iterated, this particular list, right? So I hope you guys are clear till this point, and we will further now will create the CLI application, wherein what we will do is we will ask for the country for which the user wants the data, okay, and we will give the data. We will search through this. We will iterate this particular list, and we will get the number of patients, okay. We'll get the number of patients of this particular country. So this will be a very small part tomorrow, and after that what we will see is classes and functions, and then we will move on to Django. Okay, we will see what is pip, and in the next session to that we will move on to Django. So tomorrow's class will be very interesting, and we will see, like, okay, we have this particular data structure, dictionary and all, how to create our own data structures that we want, how to create our own functions that we want, right? So this is going to be a very interesting session for you. um, so I hope you guys liked today's session, and I would like to take. There is a lot of disturbance at my end, but I'm sorry I was not able to avoid that. It was inevitable, and that's why. With this note, like, I would like to thank you all for joining in. I would like to meet you all tomorrow. And if you have any feedbacks or if you have any doubts, you can post onto our WhatsApp channel, okay? And we can discuss all the doubts. We'll clear all your doubts, guys. Okay, so don't feel like after getting out of this class, we are not addressing you. We'll clear each and every doubt of yours, okay? And we will make you learn this. Okay, so till the next time, tomorrow, thank you so much. Signing off for the day. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, all the team members. And thank you, each and everyone, for joining in. So, see you tomorrow. Signing off for the day, Devansh Shrivastava from the Youth Project. Bye bye.